Hey everybody, meteorologist Sarah Gannon here with your first alert weather update. It continues to be a very hot, muggy, uncomfortable day outside. We're still looking at those high temperatures, or current temperatures, I should say, into those mid and upper 80s. Triple-digit heat index values in many locations, including Decorah, Osage, Austin, Albert Lee area. Elsewhere, those 2 points, or those heat index values into the upper 90s. So still a bit of a scorcher today, continuing though with more of that heat and humidity as we continue into tomorrow. So we'll take a look here at those current weather alerts. We have an excessive heat warning in the bright pink here, and this does also include these lighter pink counties that severe thunderstorm watch is in place over that, just kind of visible overhead, but we'll talk more about that coming up in just a minute or so. But look, again, excessive heat warning for the bright pink, for all the pink counties. That is in effect until 7 o'clock for some counties tomorrow evening, 10 o'clock for Iowa County. So through Wednesday evening, we're also looking at a heat advisory in place for counties highlighted in orange. That will be until 9 o'clock tonight. So one thing that we're keeping an eye on is going to be more heat, more humidity as we move through the rest of this week, heading into this evening. Still looking at some extremely warm temperatures. Temps by about midnight tonight, still right around that 80-degree mark. So really, again, similar to last night, not much relief from the heat and humidity expected tonight. We are keeping an eye on some shower and thunderstorm activity in southern Minnesota. And as we watch these thunderstorms develop, there is concern for some of these storms to become severe. So this is where we bring in that severe thunderstorm watch. This will be in effect until 10 o'clock tonight. So this is for Goodhue, Wabasha, Winona counties, Olmsted and Dodge County here, and stretching across the river. So this is where we have the better chance of seeing any strong to severe thunderstorm activity. Winds would be the primary concern, followed by maybe some hail concerns after that as a secondary threat. But monitoring this very closely here for this evening, and we again continue with more heat, more humidity for tomorrow, and another threat for severe activity for your Wednesday. We'll break down more of those forecast details in your first alert weather coming up. Welcome back to Midwest Access. I'm meteorologist Sarah Gannon. We are tracking some shower and thunderstorm activity in the area, and of course keeping an eye on more of that high heat and humidity in the next few days. Let's take a look at current radar here as we see some showers and thunderstorms starting to bubble up through portions of the Minnesota area, and seeing a few storms bubbling up just to our southeast there into McKee County. So keeping a close eye on these thunderstorms. Not a lot of strength here at this point in time. More garden variety shower and thunderstorms at the moment. However, monitoring the potential of some of these storms to become strong to severe. So monitoring that very closely. We will be looking at should we see any strong to severe activity, those storms producing some strong to damaging winds and maybe some small hail here for tonight. So there is a severe thunderstorm watch for portions of the viewing area. Winona, Wabasha, Goodhue, Olmsted and Dodge counties here tonight. This will be in effect until 10 o'clock, or once that severe threat pushes east, we'd likely see that watch getting expired, canceled a bit early. But we'll monitor very closely here through the rest of this evening, putting things into motion with Future Track. We'll watch these thunderstorms continue to develop over the next couple of hours, and I think by about 7, 8 o'clock, I think we should be done with storm concerns here for the area. The rest of the night's looking pretty quiet, maybe a couple garden variety showers to bubble up for the late night, but pretty much dry heading into the overnight. Then we look at another storm concern coming into Wednesday, the first round for the morning, and we could be looking at some wind and hail for main concerns for the morning round. However, keeping an eye on multiple rounds of thunderstorm activity for Wednesday, another opportunity late into the day. Storm Prediction Center does have a level 3 threat highlighted here in the brown through southern Minnesota into Wisconsin. Northern Iowa counties are in a level 2 threat. So concerns for tomorrow would be primarily wind and hail. However, the evening opportunity for severe activity brings in a possible tornadic threat. So potentially that second round in the evening hours, all hazards may be at play, with the morning round primarily wind and hail for those main concerns. So first alert day ahead for your Wednesday due to the concern for thunderstorms, for storms, but also that heat-related headlines will continue into tomorrow as well. Let's take a look at those current conditions. We are looking at some very hot, muggy conditions here. Dew points well into the 70s. We're looking at temperatures in the upper 80s and at triple-digit heat index values in a few locations. Charles City, Austin, Albert Lee right now feeling about 101 to about 103. Otherwise, a lot of locations feeling as if they're into the upper 90s. So still hot, still muggy. You can see in the background here from your Lewis Noto live camera, some wet roads starting to develop there. A few sprinkles there on the camera lens as we track some of the thunderstorms around the Rochester area. But here's a look at those heat-related headlines. We have that extreme heat warning for counties highlighted in pink that remains in effect through tomorrow evening, and heat advisories in the orange highlighted counties that stays in effect until 9 o'clock tonight. So the rest of this evening staying hot, muggy, uncomfortable. We'll likely see those heat index values staying into the 90s here through about 8 o'clock tonight. Midnight, though, temperatures still holding into those low 80s, so not much relief from that heat and humidity here tonight. We remain with a first alert day for your Wednesday as we track the threat for strong to severe storms, multiple rounds, so make sure to have multiple ways to receive alerts and warnings. We'll continue to see maybe a few more thunderstorm chances as we move through the late week. And we have a first alert day for Wednesday as we track the threat for strong to severe storms. Chief Meteorologist Nick Jansen has the latest details next. And we continue to track heat and humidity for the region. Some storms on the way for your Wednesday. Those latest first alert forecast details are coming up.
Several weather alerts in place as hot and humid conditions continue. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Olivia Pronzinski, joined by meteorologist Sarah Gannon. Sarah, first alert day issued for tomorrow as well.
That's right. We continue with our first alert day with more heat and humidity on the way, but also some storm chances. Looks like some fresh updates. National Weather Service gradually taking out heat advisory that was in place here until the top of the hour, but also looking at some changes when it comes to that extreme heat warning. It looks like there's still just a couple counties left in North Iowa towards Mason City, that I-35 region. They'll stay in effect until 10 o'clock tomorrow evening. Waiting for word from the National Weather Service on if they decide to reissue or adjust to a heat advisory. So hopefully we can have another update here later on. But as we look ahead to the rest of this evening, we'll continue to see heat index values staying into the 80s. So still very hot, still very muggy out there this evening. Temperatures will look to transition back to more 70s here in the next couple of hours. So still warm and muggy, dry and quiet at the moment. We did see some showers and thunderstorms earlier. However, though, a big focus is going to be on tomorrow. Multiple rounds of showers and storms on the way, and potentially multiple rounds of severe activity may be possible. So we'll continue to monitor that concern very closely. Overall, temperatures conditions continue to remain hot and muggy here for your Wednesday. We'll even track multiple showers and storms. We'll talk more about those storm details and timings, latest information ahead with that concern for our first alert day tomorrow.
All right, thank you, Sarah. We'll check back in soon.
Conditions continue to remain uncomfortable outside with the high heat and humidity. Not expected to see a ton of relief from the heat and humidity overnight. So over the next few days, dew points continue to remain tropical, if not oppressive feeling, with those dew points staying well into the 70s here as we continue in the late week and early weekend. We are keeping an eye on some thunderstorm chances here throughout the next few days as well, especially tomorrow. A first alert day is ahead due to the threat for some strong to severe storms. Those first alert forecast details are next.